Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the stream. Hope you're all doing well. We got some fun stuff planned for tonight. We're only going to be at the workbench here for the first little part of the stream. After we do this fun little unboxing here, we're actually going to head over to the Fremo modules and have some fun over there. So hopefully you guys will be excited as I am about what's in this box. I am very excited. It's been something that I've been looking for, kind of window shopping for quite a while. And, well, I finally found one. Well, part of one. You'll understand in a little while. But, yeah, so without further ado, we'll get this thing open. Okay. Cool. So I do have to just say a quick, big thank you to Dennis and Tim and Rick who helped me out before the stream today. Hopefully, there's been a couple of audio issues in the last couple of streams that I'm hoping are now worked out. The big issue was when you jumped from the main stream to an ad. The ads were way, way louder than the rest of my stream, so I think I've got my audio kind of adjusted where you should be able to keep it at one volume and not have an issue. So if anybody has an issue with the volume still being too loud, please feel free to let me know, and we can adjust as necessary. But without further ado, we'll get into the stream and start with the unboxing here. All right. So here we go. This is a GP9 Phase 3 in an undecorated shell. It's supposed to be basically factory new. And let's see if we can pull this out of here. So, the story behind this GP9. This is eventually going to be Finger Lakes number 1703. And I picked up this high hood variant because eventually it's going to be a low nose variant. I discovered when working on the freelance GP30 that Proto did some really intelligent things with their tooling. Most notably of which is the cab and nose sections are both fully removable on their tooling. So while I was constantly searching and searching for a Phase 3 GP9, which has this radiator fan arrangement, the three big fans. They also have, the Phase 1 and Phase 2 have two smaller fans on the front and back. So Phase 3 has the bigger fan, so I was looking for a Phase 3 with the low nose, and it didn't seem like anybody ever made one. So I was searching and searching and searching, and finally realized that I don't need to be searching for a Phase 3 low nose because it looks like, let's see if I'm going to be able to pop it out on stream or not. I won't risk breaking anything if I'm going to have a problem. Maybe. I think I can at least get the cab off. There we go. Yeah, so as you can see here, the cab section and the nose are both fully removable. So that'll allow me to just take the long hood section, which is what I really need, of the Phase 3 variant, and find myself a chop nose or a low nose GP9 and pop this on, and basically I'll have a nice ready to go, ready to paint Finger Lakes 1703. So that's some exciting news that I finally got this acquired, and now I'm just kind of on the lookout for a low nose GP9 at the right price. Once I find one at the right price, I'll grab that. I am specifically looking for hopefully a Walther's mainline GP9 because, and I'm actually just now noticing it, these Protos do have the notched out front sills, and then a coupler that goes in. Well, actually it does mount from the bottom, so I could cover that if I need to, but I'd rather just have the full covered sill because I can't stand how the notched sills look. And I can, I'll patch it with styrene if I need to, if that's the way it ends up going. But I know that the Walther's main lines will come with, you know, basically a ready-to-go, you know, motor that won't have the issues with the gears there. Eventually, the plan is take the other components, so the high nose and the high nose cab here, and the plan will be to put those on the other long hood and make that into the freelance locomotive. So nothing's going to waste as far as that's concerned. So yeah, really exciting news. Just gonna kind of be on the lookout for the right low nose GP9 now, and then once I find one that's a good enough deal, we'll grab that and start getting to work on Finger Lakes 1703, which is officially the final locomotive that I need to complete my Finger Lakes roster. So pretty exciting stuff. Eventually I'm going to be doing an updated roster video, and maybe by the time I actually get around to doing that, I'll just have 1703 done. So we'll see. But yeah, so hopefully everybody out there is doing well. I certainly am. Really excited to have this project. It might be a while till I actually work on the project, but I now have it in my possession, and as soon as I can find a good deal on the rest of what I need in order to do this, I'm ready to rock and roll. So cool. All right, so that's it for the unboxing. We're going to head over to the Fremo layout now, which is where the bulk of our work is going to happen tonight. And I will see you over there. Alright, I'm over here. I'm just trying to get my mobile chat set up here. Alright. Yeah, Fremo time. Absolutely right, Brandon. Okay, so hopefully this is going to end up working. Just kind of got my cell phone set up here with the mobile chat. So, yeah, so what are we doing over here tonight? We are going to be working on getting a bunch of track glued down, and then we're going to circle back to the other side and kind of start working on getting some of the PCB board ties, which you can kind of see here just on the edge of the stream. We're going to work on getting those soldered down there, and then might even end up cutting the joints in down there as well. But for the time being, we're going to start down here. We're going to get some glue on and keep going from there. Oh, Mike hasn't swapped to the mobile mic. Okay. That's weird. It swapped to the mobile mic, I think, Dennis. I think maybe I'm just standing too far away from it. What I'll do is I'll actually just put it on. Hang on. All right. Got it on me now, so hopefully it's good. Hey, Rick. Welcome in. Yeah, I was definitely further away from it, Dennis. I hadn't thought about that. I had it mounted right above the camera. So hopefully we're good now. Let me know if give me some thumbs up. Yeah, no, it was swapped the whole time. I was just too far away from the microphone. Okay, now we're definitely good. Awesome. Let me know if it's too loud now, because it is awfully close to my mouth, but hopefully we'll be all right. Okay, so as I was saying, which you might not have heard, we are now working on gluing down a little bit of track here. We're probably going to get so this little section here is glued down. From here over is glued down. My goal is to kind of get probably through this area right here all glued down tonight. And then we're going to circle back to the other side of the modules and start soldering to PCB size, and then possibly getting some grooves cut in the rail right at the seams so that everything is nice and flush and ready to go, and I can start getting everything good to go. Awesome. Audio is all good with the ads. Thank you very much, Dennis. Appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, without further ado, let's get into struggling with things, because that's really about all we're going to do probably. Yeah, so I mean, everything I've got here is just mocked in. There are some track nails in place just to hold things together. Pop that apart there. Slide that out and put it to the side. And then do the same thing here with the turnout. You can see I've already got the powered frog dropped in, so that's ready to go. And I think I might as well. Now I'm going to go right to the end of the switch here. I'm not going to go any further than that for now. But yeah, I've just got some Mod Podge. This is actually a gloss medium, just because I like the squeeze bottle, and I had it laying around, and it works just as good as the matte medium. And then once this is empty, I'll just refill this with the matte medium, honestly. All right, so I'm just going to squeeze out a small line of it onto my road bed. And then I've got my little trowel that I've been using just to kind of spread it thin. Again, I mean, this Mod Podge is amazing stuff. It does not take much to get a good bond. It dries super quick. And then if I goof anything up, the beauty of it is it's just a spritz of isopropyl and it pops right up off of the track. So it's awesome. Hey John, welcome in. Welcome in to anybody else that I missed here. Happy you're watching the stream tonight. We are getting some work done on the Fremo modules here. All right. So there's that piece in. Let me redo my rail joiners here. This is the part that I always have to make sure I focus on to make sure that I actually get the rail joiners in properly. There we go, there's that one. Alright, now I'm just going to temporarily reconnect it to this, this back piece. Just so that I can make sure I get everything where it needs to be. And then I've also got a nice yardstick that I use just to make sure everything stays straight. So I'm going to slide that in. I take about, I don't know, 6 inches and just butt it up against a piece that's already dried and known straight. And make sure that it's kind of square there, and then I just tuck up everything next to it. So that should make sure that everything I'm doing here is going straight down the line. And then once that's done, I'm just going to walk down to the end here and look at it from this angle. Hi everybody, if you can see me. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to double check it one more time. It looks like there's a little piece that I missed getting adjusted. Hey, Denny's here too. Welcome, Denny. Now we got Denny and Dennis in the chat. That could be a dangerous mistake waiting to happen, but glad to have you both, that's for sure. Chat's full of N-scalers tonight. All right, let's see. Maybe I need to be a little bit more vigilant about this. I can pop that all the way down to there, and I probably just undid a lot of the nice, great straight track that I had going for me. Okay, let's see. All right, let me check that from the end here. Okay, I am very happy with how that looks. So now I'm going to come back in with some track nails and nail it in place while it dries. Yep. We got the triple D's out there tonight, apparently. Okay, so I've already got holes drilled in my turnout, so let me get those ones in first, just to make sure that that stays put. That's certainly probably priority number 1 here. Actually, let me make sure. Let's see. Let me think about this. I do need to drill. You know what? I'm going to get this straight piece done first. Now I'm second guessing myself just a little bit. I also need to make sure I've actually got proper spacing in here, because This is looking a little goofy now that I'm looking at it a little bit closer. Okay. Now let me, before I re-straighten this again, get my holes drilled for track nails quickly. Okay, do one on the end, one towards the middle. And then one on this end. That should be enough. Oh, I am getting dangerously close to breaking this drill bit. Hopefully you guys can't hear the squeaking as much as I can. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. Oh, that's really cool, John. Sounds like a fun project. All right, so I've got those holes drilled. Let me just take a look down the line here. Yeah, I definitely shifted some things. So I'm going to go back in and fix that. So, actually, maybe I am actually going to glue all the way down here to the end. We're figuring things out here on the fly, just like we do a lot of times. For anybody new out there, you know, sometimes these streams we fly by the seat of our pants, and tonight's definitely one of those nights. But just because we're flying by the seat of our pants doesn't mean things aren't getting done well. Sometimes thinking on the fly just helps you make sure that you're doing things well, that's for sure. Ooh, there's a little dried clump in there. Okay. My trowel out here to help spread it out, spread it thin. And again, the beauty of this Mod Podge is even if this thinking on the fly doesn't pan out being the right choice later on, I've always got the ability to just spritz it with a little bit of isopropyl and be back to ground zero as far as track work is concerned. It'll pop right off and allow me to redo everything without damage to the sub-road bed or anything like that. So, okay, so let's see here. I need to actually come down here and make sure that I've got this turnout properly secured now that I'm kind of working on it down here. So actually I'm going to pop that out there because I think it's going to be easier if I just get it into this one first. It's so nice having people in the stream so that I, you know, when I'm talking to myself like I normally do, I actually sound like a sane person. I had a couple of ties pop out of the groove down here, so I've just got to correct that here quickly. Maybe. Come on. This is a bummer. Well, you know what? This has all got to come back apart on this side anyway when I glue it down. So for now, we'll be fine. I never sound sane. Yeah, that makes sense, Heath. Am I wearing safety shoes? Well, Heath, my safety shoes are a little bit different than your safety shoes, but I can say, without a doubt, I am wearing safety shoes. They are not OSHA approved, but they are ocean approved. I'm wearing Crocs. Little shout out to all the dads out there with the dad joke. Ocean approved. Okay. Just struggling a little bit to get these insulated rail joiners on. It can be a bit of a pain sometimes. Let me try just putting it on the turnout first. Oh, OSHA, Schmosha. Yeah, right, Garrett. Okay, there we go. Now we got that rail joiner all situated. I can come in and kind of get everything that I need at the angle I want it, and hopefully get some stuff spiked down here. Okay, I'm going to start by spiking down this back turnout, just so that that stays in place where I need it. Okay, we're good there. So this is HO, Heath. These are my Fremo modules. Someday, on a Talkin Trains live stream, I promise I'll start working on some N-scale stuff. I don't know when that day will be, but someday I will, I promise. I just realized this turnout is spiked a little too far back. I don't have a flush connection. Come on. Now I'm about to round off the head. Drastic measures it is. There we go. Okay, gotta replace that spike now. Yeah, so Darren, the track at the end of the module is fastened down right now. You might be able to see it all the way back there, but that is at 24 inches spiked down, so that's your life story. Did you round the head of a few screws building that shelf last week, Keith? Didn't look like it. Seemed like you had things pretty well under control. So Heath, I don't know if Dennis told you, but he was interested in operating the same day as me when I come down. So as long as his schedule holds true, it'd be awesome to have him at the op session too, if that's possible. Okay, I've got everything pretty well connected in the turnout now, so I'm going to respike it, and then that's going to hold. Well, actually, I'm glad I checked, because this joint is now out of whack, so here I go redoing things again. At least 50% of the time. Yeah, me too, me too. Okay. Oh, that's cool, Darren. I didn't realize that you had any N scale stuff. Nice. We might have to talk because there's some specific things that I'm looking for. Ultimately, I'm trying to be reserved as far as how much N scale that I purchase because I'm still an HO scale modeler, and I might rubber scale into N, but I'm trying to reserve or be conservative as far as how much I buy in N, because it can be a slippery slope. Still got a whole layout to build, so just catch up on the chat here. Circle bits. Hey Jeff, welcome in. Well, this Dennis character can let us know when he'll know, I suppose. Okay, I'm happy with that. All the while, everything's kind of getting glued down or set in place down here. So let me just recheck this, make sure that I've got it straight all the way through. Okay, I want to make sure that these ties are centered over top of the PCB board ties as I'm doing this. That's kind of mission one. A good clown doesn't get away. Is a good clown like a good magician? Good clown never reveals how they make the balloon animals. Is that what we're getting at, Andy? Okay, so as I'm looking down things here, I'm not overjoyed with what I'm seeing because it looks like to me, as I'm looking at things, the section I already have glued down, I glued down not straight, which is kind of a bummer. But it does give me the opportunity to demonstrate to you guys how great working with matte medium for your gluing agent is, because this is my bottle of isopropyl alcohol. It's a little low, so bear with me. Ooh, I better protect these freight cars. I don't need to get isopropyl on those. Ooh, and also check this out. Sorry, we'll go full ADD mode here for a second. This is the brand new Lake Shores boxcar. If you're local to the area, or the assistant superintendent is traveling to your area, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, those can be available to you. They are $30 a piece, and they go to support the Lake Shores division. So if you're interested in one, make sure to attend one of our events or something of the like. They will be, while supplies last, at any train shows that the division is set up at in the next few months, starting mostly in September, to be honest. Okay, see, look at, I mean, just a spritz of isopropyl, and look how buttery smooth this track comes up. It's really spectacular stuff. And the beauty of it is, all it's going to take is a little bit of weight, and it'll set right back down. I don't even have to put more glue on it. It's some really nice stuff. Tracks aren't even tangent in real life. Yeah, that's true. A lot of times they aren't. All right, so now that we've got that all uprooted, let's see what we can do about making sure everything's straight all the way through. Yeah, Garrett got his. I think I still doesn't seem quite right. Actually, you know what? As I'm looking at it, what it might be is Yeah, it might have been just an optical illusion. I think because this part, which is not glued down, was bowed out, and I was referencing off of that, it made it look a little bit more crooked than it really was. So, okay. So I'm going to not worry about what it looks like in reference to this track for now. And then when I glue down this track, I will be able to use the track that I'm gluing down now as the reference. So that'll be good. Okay. All right, so hopefully now we're in a good spot and I can get these spiked down. It still doesn't look quite right. Well, I do have a line marked down on this. So let's just see where I'm off here. Okay. I think my whole line was kind of a little bit off. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but I've got a white line marked right here. That as long as I'm on that pretty squarely, should be where I want to be. Okay, let's look at that now. Oh, the flooring in my basement is definitely not level, Mother Slug, but this the Fremo modules I have leveled out. They're on adjustable casters, so I know I'm working on a known level surface as I'm doing all of this, which is good. I think part of the issue might be that, unfortunately, I've got these PCB board ties not quite in the right place. See how that looks. Yeah. Thankfully, the PCB board ties are a little bit wider than the normal Pico ties. So I've got a little bit of room to adjust, and then I can kind of just cut those a little shorter on one side. It's still not quite right. Sorry, I know this isn't going to make for the most riveting content, but I do really, it's important to make sure that this work looks good and functions well, more importantly. When you're at a modular setup, everybody there is relying on your modules to perform properly, not just, you as you're putting around your basement. So I want to make sure I do a good job. Okay, I'm getting closer to being happy with it. I really do not have these PCB board ties, though, in the right spot, unfortunately. So, although, actually, oh, that might be part of it. Okay, here we go. I think I've got them kind of coming in at the wrong angle because of this turnout back here. I didn't quite have it centered in my marks. Okay, so let's leave that as is and see if we can work it properly. Okay, I am a lot closer now. Okay, let's see how it looks now. Yeah, Brandon, that's what I'm gonna do for the the ends where mine made up, but just for ease of use and aesthetics, I wanted to try the PCB board ties for the connections between my own modules so that I could butt joint the rail. Okay, I think I'm almost as good as I'm gonna get. Alright, I'm gonna leave it like this. I think I'm happy with it. That's enough fidgeting around. Yeah, Mother Slug. So these are Fremo modules. So I'm following the Fremo standard, and there are certain things that I have to do in order to comply with the standard for sure. Okay. All right, so we're good there. I'll get the rest of my track nails in, and I'll get some weight on a couple of spots here. So I know that spot's all good. Just get some weight back on this spot where I've got to get it to re-dry. Okay. Okay, let me double check back here. Yep. That's as good as I'm going to get, I think. Pretty happy with it overall. Oh, there we go. Is that what I was missing? I didn't have the... See if I can get these scooched down just a little bit. That would help a lot with how off-center things look. Woo! Okay. Maybe what I'm going to do. So I've got an issue where the ties are just kind of running into each other from both pieces of flex track. So I'm going to just take off the end of one of the ties here. So hopefully I can get a better angle going. Uh-oh. Wise Britt got bad news. Britt's my wife, for anybody that doesn't know. My wonderful wife. Easy. Just want to move the ties, not the rail. Oh no. She asked me earlier if she wanted me to make cookies. If she wanted me to make her... I can't talk. If I wanted her to make cookies, there we go, during the stream. And I said, sure, of course. Oh well, that's okay. We'll survive. Okay. Let's see how we're looking now. Any better? Yeah. I think that was part of the problem, because now it looks a lot squarer into it. And if I move the ties back a little bit, we'll be in even better shape. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, that's almost spot on now. Beautiful. All right. So I'm going to get just a little bit of weight carefully on the turnout here. Make sure that that stays glued in place properly. And then on the track behind it as well. Yep, Paul can get Englishes very goodly. Thank you very much. All right. I don't know what just happened, but at this point we're just going to roll with it, I think. I need to get a couple more 1, 2, 3 blocks, I think. There we go. Hey, Adam. Welcome in. Glad to see you. Oh man, gotta get the hobby room going again. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna flip around now to the other side of the Fremo modules and start to work on other fun things here. So with the overall length, Mother Slug is 16 feet. All right, might get a little bit shaky here for a second, just to warn you guys as I move the camera. I'll try to make it as gentle as I can. All right, and then I just got to move the light source down here too. All right, hopefully that's good. Let me just make sure I can see what your guys' view is. Yeah, so I've got 16 total feet of modules, and there's technically 8 4-foot sections is what I'm working with. Or excuse me, there are 4 4-foot sections. Aw, man. Peanut butter cookies, perfect. Hey, 3DHP, welcome in. Glad to see you. Yeah, I can understand why you'd want to have a dedicated room back, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to try to get you guys a little bit closer to the action here. Not entirely sure how this is going to work out, but we're going to give it a shot. Excuse the shakiness. Oh. Okay. Let me know if that looks okay to you guys, or if you're getting seasick from the angle or anything like that. Hopefully we're good. Seems like it's a relatively decent angle. Okay, so I've got my soldering iron off to the side here. And I get that heating up. Yeah, so transporting them, jury's still out there, because these are the first ones I've ever built. So I guess I'll let you know after August when I pay Brandon a visit at the Fremo meet in Sydney, New York. and have them add a Fremo meet for the first time. That's the goal right now, is to have them ready for that. I do have a friend that's building the end plates for them so that they can kind of stack on top of one another, which should make, you know, the transport a little bit easier. They don't have to be all transported individually. They kind of, two of them stack into one set of end plates, so you move them two at a time. Oh, that's cool, Mother Slug. Where exactly are you located? Maybe you should come on down to the Fremo meet. That'd be cool. I gotta get my iron just a little bit closer to be able to work on this. All right. Hopefully this works okay. Yeah, definitely had enough flux on there, that's for sure. Good connection there. Wonder if you guys can hear this sizzle. It's kind of crazy. All right, good connection there. Might be time for a good disclaimer that I know I should be wearing a mask when I do this, but it just doesn't make for very good video content. So don't be like me. Okay. All right, I think I'm pretty happy with, I think I might need just a dab more to get a good connection in there. Now the challenge is going to be getting the other side of these. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. Get my flux out of the way so I don't make a mess of that. Okay, I can see it pretty well. Hopefully my big face isn't blocking anything for you guys. Nice. Wow, this side somehow is going even better than the other side. I wonder if I used too much flux on the other side. I bet you I probably did. Did it a little bit more sparingly on this side, and it seems to have gone better. All right. I'm pretty happy with this first set of tracks. Now we got to do the siding, though. Well, you're supposed to when you solder, Tim. I mean, you know, it's you know, each person has free will. You know, if you don't wanna, you don't have to. Ooh, that's still hot track. I just touched it with my thumb. Whoops. All right. Yeah, let's see what happens when we wear, or when we apply. Wow, I really can't talk today. Sorry, guys. Just a little bit less flux. I think this back track's going to be the big challenge when it comes to soldering and not being able to see. Hot thing is hot. Thanks, Garrett. Thanks for the warning. Appreciate it. That's why I made you a moderator. Always coming in with super useful information. If Garrett sends a link in the chat now, everybody, don't click it. Oh, that's a good idea, Adam. Maybe I'll have to try that sometime. Wow, I'm 6'3" and I gotta be on my tippy toes to see the other side of this. Come on. Solder's going onto the rail, but not the PCB tie. There we go. Finally got it to bridge. Okay. Good there. All right, give me just a second, guys. I just want to make sure. All right. Okay. Yeah. My dad had a minor surgery today. Mom was just giving an update on him. Sounds like he's good, thankfully, but always glad to hear that he's doing well after surgery, that's for sure. Wasn't anything to be worried about, though, so. Hey, Rob made it. Welcome in, buddy. LED USB light, okay, cool. The cool thing about those, too, is especially in this application, I bet what you could do is just plug them into like a power bank and just move them around with you. That might be something to look into for me. I do have, and I'll show it to you guys now, even though I'm not quite ready to. Well, actually, I am ready for it. This is my latest purchase from Harbor Freight. It's a battery-operated pencil Dremel. It just takes their regular 20-volt battery system. So this is kind of what I've been using to make sure that I get super square cuts into the track. So this is what I'm going to use for this application now. And I think I'm ready to do it. Shouldn't be anything stopping me, so we'll just dive right into it. Rob's typing into the void. It's too bad they don't do like live closed captioning on YouTube for people like Rob. All right. Safety glasses are on, 3DHP. Don't you worry. My eyes, I've got this very big phobia of getting something in my eyes. So I always am quick to put safety glasses on when I know it's something I should need them for. Absolutely, Garrett. Totally agree. Okay, I'm flipping it on. Here we go. Try to get this as square as I can. Whoa, okay, there we go. That was weird. I didn't click the on button all the way on, it looks like. So I went to go shut it off, and I turned it all the way on, and nothing stopped, which was concerning to me. Okay, so now the big question is, do I try to disconnect this module live with you guys here and see how badly everything goes back together? I don't know if I should, because it's kind of, this module is cantilevered onto this one. Yeah. As fun as that would be, I'm not going to do that because it could go horribly wrong, and I should probably have a second person here to to do that, so we'll avoid doing that for tonight. Let's see. The next joint down, I should be good to get the track soldered on, but I'll probably wait to cut those joints in just until the track that I just glued is dry. So let's move our setup down a little bit here. Give me just a second. Let me take the safety glasses off. Yeah, I bet you that's not fun, Garrett. I don't know why. I mean, I've always just had a very healthy aversion to getting things in my eyes. It's, you know, in some applications it's good, like this. Like, I'll never forget my safety glasses to cut something like that. But in some cases, the fear is a little unreasonable. Like going to the eye doctor and stuff like that. Okay. All right, I'm going to move you guys again here, so just if you get motion sick, maybe close your eyes for a second. Okay, let's see. Okay, what do you guys think about that? Are we looking good here? All right, so this is the siding track. I'm not going to be soldering that one tonight, but these two should be good to go. This one I haven't glued down yet. I'm just kind of waiting because it's directly connected into the turnout that's not secured back there. We're going to leave it be for tonight. All right, let me get some flux down. And I think using just a little dab of flux is actually working out quite well. See you, John. Thanks for coming in. And thank you, Adam, as well. Appreciate you dropping by. Good luck getting everything sorted out for your hobby space. Hopefully my big head's not getting in the way. When I'm running on the mobile camera, I don't have OBS right next to me, so I'm running on a stream delay just like you guys, because I just have the stream up on my phone. So. Thanks, 3DHP. Appreciate the thought. Yeah, go ahead and leave a like, guys, if you're enjoying the stream. I really appreciate it. Seems like we've got a pretty good audience going tonight. We're above what average attendance has been. So appreciate all the OGs that are here and anybody that's new as well. Appreciate y'all, that's for sure. And if you are new to the channel entirely, you know, just feel free to subscribe as well while you're there hitting the like button. There's plenty of long-form content that's just like this. Plenty of regular layout updates as well for my main layout, which is the Finger Lakes Railway, which you can, well, from your angle you can't see it, but it's over to the right of me. But yeah, Darren mentioned Donuts on the Deck earlier. That's a NMRA event that I hosted this past weekend for the Lake Shores Division. I had 30 Lake Shores Division members and, well, excuse me, I had 30 total people, mostly consisting of Lake Shores members, along with a few guests, of which Garrett was one. And everything went well. Had a blast hosting, seeing everybody. Really appreciate everybody that stopped out. Lots of really, really kind words for the layout, for the event itself, all of which I truly, truly appreciated. Really, really gave me some motivation to keep trucking. I'm really itching to get back to the main layout, I'm not going to lie. I'm enjoying working on the Fremo layout, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's kind of tough, you know, looking at the main layout and realizing that I have not made a lick of progress on it at all. A lick of genuine, like, you know, noteworthy progress on it at all this year. I've gotten a couple of locomotives done, and a couple of smaller projects, and I've got a couple like in the works, but I haven't completed a big project over there. So I'm really looking forward to getting the Fremo modules wired up so that they're ready for Sydney. And then I'm looking forward to being able to kind of dive into the main layout in more depth after these are wired and ready to be tested. Because my plan is to kind of probably take these to 2 or 3 Fremo meets just to really run them through their paces before I put down any scenery on them. I want to make sure the track work is, you know, bulletproof, wiring's bulletproof. The legs that we have on them, which are, you know, kind of custom legs, I want to make sure that that's good to go. So lots of work to do on them before I get to scenery. So we're just going to plan on getting the wiring done so that everything can be thoroughly tested before we get any further with that. That's cool. 3D HP. Yeah, that's I've got 3 single flat packs in my back storage area behind the black curtain, ready to go as soon as I've got time to work on that project. So that's another thing coming down the line as well. There should be a main channel video on that subject sometime in September, and detailing a you scared people off. Oh, peer pressuring people to like scared them off. Oh well, that's okay. But yeah, we'll be starting in on a little T-track project that's a part of a bigger event that I can't get into too much detail just yet. But okay, so we got everything soldered there, and I think we're kind of right where we need to be for this stuff. So let's see, what else can we get into tonight? Yeah, I gotta wait for the glue to dry on the rest of the modules before I worry too much more about that. Let's see. Looking at my in-progress projects over here. I do have... Yeah, let's work on this one. All right, hang on one second, guys. I'll get you over to the workbench here in just a second. I'll just clear it off for the project that we're going to work on. Yeah, thanks, Dennis, for dropping that there. Yeah, if anybody's interested, you know, we're looking for content creators, big and small, for that project. Okay, so let's get over to the workbench. All right, I'm at the workbench now. I'm going to turn off, excuse me, the mobile mic here. Okay, so we're on Workbench audio only now, so hopefully this still sounds just as good as everything else did. Got an extension cord I gotta move out of the way here. Alright, so what do we got going on here? These are a couple of Diffco side dump cars that I've had just kind of sitting, taking up space on the incomplete project list, and I finally got just the other day some nice reference photos for them. So we'll run out the last 20 minutes of the stream working on these for the night. Let me just grab a couple of things here. Got reference photos on my phone. Okay, hopefully I zoomed you in there. Let's see. No, I didn't. Oh, that's interesting. Why didn't we zoom? There we go. Whoa. That's weird. There's like 4 different zoom presets, and for some reason the third out of the 4 is not working, so I've got to do it manually. Okay, yeah, so this is what we'll work on to finish the stream, is these. Let me just get the reference photo pulled up here. There's, I think, 3 or 4 of these that reside on the Finger Lakes. And I've got 2 of them here. They're in service between Heidelberg Materials, which is, that's Oaks Corners, New York, is where that's located. And then they bring them down to Himrod in Watkins, or Himrod on the old Pensy line, and have a transload there for local municipalities looking to get ballast. So, pretty cool stuff. Okay, let me find the reference photos here. Let's see. I'm not looking to be totally flawless with these because I don't think they're even exactly the right car for them. But this is the car I'm looking at, which is NOKL 99909. But yeah, you can kind of see that there's a whole cross member missing off of the car. That mine don't have. So, unfortunately, they're not going to be 100% prototypically accurate, but for what I'm looking to do on the layout, these will be fine. Maybe someday I'll correct them, but not a huge deal. No, Garrett, the other project's not a freelance one, but we can discuss it later if you like. It could be something fun for you to get involved with, for sure, if you're looking to make a comeback to YouTube. Okay, so I've just got to find the right number decals here. So that's something fun. These are the decals for the GP9 that I've had on hand for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months now, because I have been, just waiting for the right GP9 to pop up in order to do that. So that's pretty cool. I am really excited to get that project underway, but there's quite a bit to do here. These should work, these Smokebox graphics ones. Yeah, 95% Garrett, right. I mean, if I ever wanted to, I could probably, well, I can't really. There's a lot of different detail there. Oh, I wonder, actually, nope. I was wondering if it was maybe just one side of it that was like that, but it's not. That's a bummer. These are definitely older examples than the ones on the Finger Lakes. Let's see if I can find the build date on the Finger Lakes ones. Finger Lakes ones don't seem to have a build date on them. Interesting. Huh. That's very interesting. These, the build date on the car, though, is 454. So they're quite old. I do have updated trucks for them, because these still have the friction bearing trucks. The cookies are done. But one thing that I did learn that's pretty interesting is these Diffco side dumps were actually made by the same manufacturer as these cars, which are my Magor 4750 covered hoppers that I'm working on for my freelance. So you can kind of see, yeah, we've talked about these a couple of times, but the eerie gray-green patches on there are supposed to be kind of supposedly covering up graffiti and everything. It's heavily inspired by some of the CLSX covered hoppers that run around the Finger Lakes hauling salt. They're aluminum-sided cars, so they're perfect for salt service. So I figured that'd be a perfect car for the freelance to pick up. All right, so enough jibber jabber. Let's dive into getting these taken care of. I gotta get back to. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is 99909 is the car. Ooh, am I gonna have enough nines on this sheet? Oh no, I'm not. That's a bummer. I think I've got another set of those. If not, we'll find a different sheet. This might actually work. Can't tell if these ones are probably too big. I don't know, those numbers. Yeah, it's not the right font though. This Norfolk Southern sheet's a maybe. The number board numbers might just end up being the right size, and it's a pretty close font. And I'm going to kill the rest of the stream here just looking for the right decal sheet for these. How's that? It's another one from Smokebox Graphics. Yeah, that doesn't have them on there either. Not the right fonts. Too big. You might have to roll those Finger Lakes ones, or the -9 ones. Man, for the amount of Winnie P decals I have in here, Western New York and Pennsylvania, you'd think that I modeled them. But no, I just get stuck working on everybody else's. Okay, I've got a second one of these NS-9 sets, so we're going to roll with using those. So hopefully I've got enough. Niners, yep. Okay. Let's see if do we have any double nines left? Of course not. Okay. But I do have 9 zeros, which I need, which is good. Enough weathering, yeah, and I won't even know they're off. That's the goal. So I do still need to get reference photos for one other diff coat because I've only got these ones. Man, I still might not have enough 9s. This is crazy. So many 9s on these cars. Let's see, okay. I can always use upside down 6s too. I didn't think of that. And those I have plenty of, so let me just, I'll pull those off here. Let's see, I need 4 9s total. So it needs, I need, ugh, wow, I cannot talk tonight. I need 3 more total for each side of the car. I'm quite proud of myself. I've been knocking pending projects off of the pending project shelf at a good clip here in the last month. That SD70M was sitting on it forever. Each 9 off of a different decal sheet. Oh, that would be cursed. Oh, these decals are not in good shape anymore. It just crumbled just taking it out of the... Oh, let me try a different one. I think one of these sheets is a little newer than the other. These sheets date back to... these could be 10 years old. These decal sheets. And I do keep them sealed. Well, I keep them in a Ziploc bag. But that doesn't always mean that they're in the best shape. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, bother, as Winnie the Pooh would say. Okay, those ones came off good, so we might still have a chance here. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, I think those are actually the perfect font too, which is good. Let's see how the rest of these come off. I might just have to toss this old decal sheet. Yeah, I think all of them are off the oldest of the 2 decal sheets and not doing well. So I'm going to just pull the ones off of here now. Yeah. So those covered hoppers that I showed, the freelance ones, I just ordered decals for them today. So I'm hoping, probably not next week's Talkin' Trains, but whenever the next, or yeah, it's going to be a couple of weeks before I get them, but I'm hoping to be able to work on the decaling stage of those on a Talkin' Trains. That'll be fun. And then I've got a couple other freelance covered hoppers on the way, but those are a super secret project, so. Okay, so let's try this again. I should have taken the crumbly 9s out of there before I got here. Another 9 bites the dust. Whoa. It's stuck on a little bit of tape there. I felt a little bit bad. I got these at a train show, and they were already relatively nicely weathered. There's a couple of kind of smudgy places on them. But when I took the UP reporting marks off of them, they kind of got a little bit... The weathering didn't hold up, I'll put it that way. Yeah, Dennis, I'm gonna need to eventually a set of HO locomotive B and CCS decals, as we discussed. Dennis and I have some fun plans to incorporate our two freelances in story. It's going to be a little while though, because, well, locomotives are expensive and I've bought enough of them. I need a little bit more moisture where I'm working here. Oh, come on. Dennis, don't spoil the well, I don't care. We can tell everybody if you want to. Alright, so I'm just going to get this side A done here on stream, and then we'll cut you guys loose, but still got one more 9 to put on here. Where did the other 9 go in my decal thing? Here we go. Won't say anything more than that. All right. I don't care if you want to tell everybody. I'll tell everybody, but... Oh my gosh, this micro set. I'm beginning to realize that the reason I never used to use it is because... Man, that vinegar smell is strong. Okay, I'm happy with that side, that's for sure. Okay, well, so I'll say my side of it, and then you can save the rest of it for your stream. Basically, the deal is that I'm going to have purchased a particular locomotive from Dennis's short line, and in doing so, you know, the purchase happened in the early 80s. I'm modeling 05. so there's not really a need for that locomotive to still be in BNCCS paint patched out, but I think we've gotten a good story in place to where the BNCCS is still going to be very identifiable, and I can play into a little bit of a joke that Mr. Tim, CP368, came up with in the Discord server the other day, which is a new nickname for my freelance, which is GWT as the initials, and the nickname that he came up with is "Got Wasted Today." So that'll kind of tie into everything, and yeah, tune into Dennis's stream to hear the details about what locomotive it is that we plan on doing it with. This will be an eventually thing. There's way too many projects for me going on right now. The particular locomotive it is just got announced, so I can't even buy it yet. It's going to be at least a year probably before that's here. So yeah, keep an eye out and check out Dennis's stream at 9:30. Dennis, if you want, you can throw the link right there, down there in the chat. I'll keep it going until you can get it in the chat. But yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, Garrett, it's probably not a bad idea to do larger orders from Fusion. I ended up doubling up the size of my order, or the size of the decal sheet that I sent. So, oh, there we go. Oh, wait a minute. What did Garrett post? Let's see. Did he do it? Oh, Garrett, come on, man. You had a chance. You had a chance. Dennis, you could have too, but I understand why you didn't. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for tuning in. I appreciate everybody hanging around with me as we worked on the Fremo layout, and then again on the workbench here for a couple of minutes. But again, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button on your way out, and we'll see you in the next video, in the next stream, whatever it might be. Take care, everybody.